Hi there, Jonathan, back with you once again. So we're at Friday the 21st of November, and that's day 82. 82. So yes, definitely closing in on the end of that first 3 months now of our challenge to get to 240k. So some interesting, some weird stuff going on at the moment on the ads side of things. But also today I want to talk about why I've put myself into some video ads. So we're going to see what's happened there. But first, let's get the numbers bit taken care of. So yeah, we've seen some pretty low numbers recently. I've been trying to sort of speculate as to why numbers have been so low recently, and I'm just wondering actually whether the whole Black Friday thing is really having an impact, because what you tend to get is this time of year there's a lot of big budget advertisers out there who are basically outbidding and outcompeting smaller people like myself. So it means that actually, you know, they can afford to chuck more money at it. Means that they're winning the auction to get in front of my audience, as well as obviously they're getting in front of whole loads of people, which generally means that actually, although the campaign is spending my money, it's not getting my ads in front of such a higher quality buying audience. So that's my sort of theory on it. So what do I do about it? Well, I could actually, and I am seriously thinking about this, I may make a decision before the end of the day to actually pull the budget back for a few days, just to sort of sit it out a little bit, because, you know, otherwise we're just going to be losing money. So yeah, I'm just not quite sure what to do on that one at the moment. But anyway, so yeah, yesterday, like 466 was our end of day figure, which I know I'm going to be losing money on, which doesn't make me happy at all. So what our ad spend, as I say, we know we've got a bit of extra exposure with this new this second funnel running. So yeah, I know that we're pushing a lot of money into the ads that are not really delivering yet. Having said that, though, still, you know, the margins are tight. Even if we took out that £80. But anyway, look, overall, yesterday we spent £420, which is $549. So we end up making a loss of $83. So yeah, that's not great at all, and not what we want to be seeing going forward. So actually, as it happens, the Google ads are still not running. But actually, I'm not really worried about that right now, because I don't think I want to be chucking a load of money into Google ads while we're still going through this rocky piece on the Facebook side of things as well. So yeah, so that's what's happening there. On the good news side of things, my new funnel today, see on the 21st, we've actually had 2 sales come in on that today. So that is very heartening, and obviously we've got something like a 4% conversion on this. So something to take a look at is, I just wanted to highlight as well here, is the difference in some of the cost of some of these campaigns. So if we look at, say, yesterday, for example, what I'm looking at is this CPM column. Now, what you can see is that on my main campaign, the Rift campaign, I'm paying £7 per 1,000 people. But on this new campaign, I'm at £17. So, you know, it's a massive difference. And obviously one of it is because this audience is fully optimized. We're getting all the regular conversions through, so we're not in a learning phase. This one obviously is sat in a learning phase, So, I can only assume that that's what's accounting for this very high CPM. Now, what I'm hoping to do is put some video ads in there, because I haven't had any video ads in it. So testing a very different type of ad to see if that will push things forward. So I say at the moment I'm sort of almost tempted to like take £50 off this budget to rein it back in, and potentially even slightly increase this one just to see if I can push some conversions through faster to see. Because obviously if we can get out of that learning phase, it'll still be a couple of weeks probably, but if we can see this number come down significantly, then I think we could be in pretty good shape. But, there's a long way between those two things right at this moment. As it seems also, I've got this retargeting campaign here. This is the one I spoke about yesterday. So we're linking these two campaigns together. So we've got this campaign, which is just pushing a video out there, trying to get people to watch at least 15 seconds of it to understand who's actually watching the video. And then we're retargeting the people who watch that video with an offer that's a traffic ad. So we've got two little low budget campaigns to say here. We're waiting for this one to start running to see if this idea works. If it does, we'll go into it a little bit more detail, potentially sort of build on it. But right now it's they're just chuck a little bit out there and just see what happens. So so let me just talk now about this new campaign, video based one. So yes, here's an interesting idea that I've never done before, and I may have spoken about this before, but the challenge I always have is like in terms of making ads, because as I say, Andy, the guy who actually created many of the courses that I've got, unfortunately now it's a situation where he has very bad arthritis in his hands, and so therefore would struggle to record anything new, or to be able to record ads. So one of the things I wanted to be able to do is actually be able to create the ads myself, but the challenge is I'm a fairly useless guitarist, and so that wouldn't quite work. However, when it comes to this beginner audience, there is a potential role I could play in the ads, and that is someone who's not a complete beginner, but actually more what I've said is sort of average. So it's not like having an expert in the ad talking about great things that can play and showing off with all the fancy stuff. It's actually somebody very average like myself saying, actually, the first step is going from a beginner to average level, and maybe being able to connect with the audience in terms of that my skills on guitar, such as they are probably only a few steps away from a real beginner. So it may well be that actually I can relate to them as beginners more strongly, because as I say, I'm not that much further on myself. So that's the basically premise I'm going to try. So I shot an ad, took me forever because my playing is so bad, yesterday, that I'm going to hopefully piece together this afternoon, or ideally this afternoon really. I'd like to get this up and running as soon as possible. Basically just to test the idea is do my audience, my target audience for this, complete beginners, do they relate to somebody who's average, or do they just go, yeah, you're just rubbish? I don't know. So it might work, it might not, but we shall see. If nothing else, probably I'll get some comments on the ad to say what a shockingly bad player I am. But that in itself could be amusing. So I'm literally just put myself up there, and I'm likely to get shot down in flames. But we'll wait and see. And the thing is, if it does work in some way, I think it opens up a whole world of possibilities of stuff I can do. And as I said before, that now with Facebook, it's all really about being able to produce lots of different creative. So if I'm somebody who can be like the average player rather than the expert, I'm not the teacher, I'm just somebody who's experienced something of the transformation, who's experienced that journey from complete beginner to where I am now. And I say, whether that makes me more relatable or just a bit of a joke, I have no idea, and we'll get to see. So I look forward to, or not, I'm not quite sure, depending on how it goes, sharing that with you in terms of how it comes across, because it may be something that you can apply into what you do. Is the fact that not positioning yourself as an expert, but more positioning yourself as really as somebody who's potentially where your audience would realistically and can realistically see themselves in a relatively short period of time. So I'm just ongoing the journey the same as they are. I'm just a little bit ahead of them. So that's the interesting positioning, one that I'm going to test out. And as I say, I shall be updating you with the results. Okay, so that's where we're at. Today I'm at 337. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, it doesn't look like another spectacular day. So I say, I think I'll probably just let it run for today and see where we end up. But if it ends up at a similar level, I'm definitely going to pull back on the main campaign for a bit and maybe divert that budget out. But I'll update you with that as we progress. All right, that's all for today. Have a great rest of your Friday, and look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. All right, bye for now.